Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 10 preview, and it's another exciting week. I mean, we're still struggling. We've had a couple of decent weeks on the trot. We're still sitting around 20, low 20,000 overall. It's just been one of those years, but honestly, it's still an exciting time of the year. There's still a lot of moving pieces. There's a couple of big trade opportunities. We're approaching Origin. That is coming up pretty quickly. So there's still some good opportunities to move up the ranks. If we can just get a couple on the trot just to get back into the fight, it'd be nice. But, we got money in the bank. We still have two boosts. We still got two boosts. We still... the trades they're diminishing, but... We're getting to a point where the trades we're going to be making, this week not so much, but hopefully soon, if we're going to make a trade, it'll probably be more sideways, so we can probably save it. But let's dive in to what we are going to be looking at. So the dummy halves are fine. Robson is continuing to kill it. I thought, like I said in the review, I thought I might have missed a trick by not going Robson to Grant last week, but he has repaid me, and Grant has once again had a stinker, or at least, not great. Brayley, I'm just hoping he goes back to big minutes. The only thing, as long as Brayley can just play good minutes over the buys when I need him, that's all I need him for. The money and the points aren't that big a deal. He's still got a low break even. He's still got a 27 break even, so he'll make some more cash. I think, 400, 450 might be about his tops, Brayley, unless he can get some attacking stats. But I'm just hoping he can play some good minutes during the buys. Seriously, he doesn't need to play 80 minutes every other week. Just on the buys, on the big weeks, just please play big minutes and jag something for me. That'll be ideal. But other than that, it's fine. There's no real cheapie on the horizon. I guess there's the potential of trading someone like a Brayley to a Jeremy Marshall King. I don't know if I'd want to do that, though. It's an interesting point. Do you run a Robson and a Marshall King for the rest of the season? Maybe at some point after Origin, you upgrade one of those guys to Grant. But do you want to spend that money in the dummy halves? You know what? For sakes, let's just have a look. What is Marshall King even sitting at? So he's 633. He's stayed around the same price. He's had a couple of good weeks. He's had a couple of low weeks. Fucking Connor Watson. Fucking Reed Marnie, dude. I cannot go to Reed Marnie, but Marshall King, I don't know. We're obviously not going to do it this week, so it's fine, but he's gone pretty well. He's gone pretty well, actually. And he's been actually fairly unhindered. Has he missed any games round 3? Did they have a bye in round 3? He usually misses a few games with injuries, even a few HIAs at times, but he's got through pretty unscathed. Obviously, round 2 he did. Yeah, he must have got injured there and missed round 3, but he's had good scores. Lowest score of 42. 42 against the Bronx, but fair enough. Placed 13, 16, and 19. It's fantastic. But yeah, that's something for the future. If we end up doing that, I'm not too sure. I don't think Marshall King he'll stay around 600 unless he has a couple of big weeks. He could push up mid 600s, but that could be an option. We could trade Brayley, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do that. We'll discuss. The front row forward is a little bit. It's a little bit tricky. So, Curran is set and forget. He's a keeper. I know he scored a try and only got 63, but he's just such a solid player every week. I can't see him not being in the team long term. I just can't see it unless there's an injury, basically. Terrell May is a do you play Terrell May this week? So obviously with the Roosters, Hargraves is back starting. You've got White on the bench. You got Radley back. The Radley back doesn't really change too much because Connor Watson was playing 13 and played basically 80 minutes anyway, so that doesn't change much. Connor Watson on the bench, he'll probably just spell Brandon Smith, so that doesn't change too much. White has been playing good minutes, but then last week he didn't. You got Spencer Lenu back. We don't know sort of what minutes he'll play. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. Liam Henry, we're obviously not going to play, but he's a fine... Henry's fine to just hold as that fourth front row forward. At a pinch, if there's an injury, he can play bigger minutes, and I think at worst, he's going to push around like 30 points a game, which is honestly fine. It's not the... Like, this stage of the season, like 30 points for an AE is like... It's fine. Like, most weeks you're going to have someone scoring lower than 30. Well, depending your team. But obviously later in the season, you don't want sort of that potential there. But this stage of the season, it's fine. Like, I haven't really been out. I don't think I've looped once this year anyway. So it is what it is. Sam Hughes is the guy that, like, I'm tempted to trade him, but the problem is, like, for one, he's got a 13 break even. It is against Penrith, so like it's a tough game. Just forgot, like, forwards. Generally, you wouldn't say forwards. It's like a big issue, but Penrith you would expect to restrict sort of tackle bust and offloading, which it makes Sam Hughes a little bit more. Important. So I wouldn't want to play him. But a 13 break even, he's going to make a bit more cash. It's just the fact that his minutes have gone up, like, quite substantially. Like, he was playing, like 20s? Yeah, like 20s to, like, even less than 20. But all of a sudden, he's played 43, 42. He's dropped back a little bit, so he's only gone 36, 35. It's interesting. The other factor is that he plays 13, 14, and then 16, 17. So he's also such a good player for the bye. But I guess the thing with that is that he's not necessarily going to score that well in the buys anyway. So I still think he's a good trade-off. The more I look at it, I think he is a trade. I don't know. You probably don't do it this week. You probably just don't, because he's going to make money. Like, worst case, he's going to make a little bit of money. Nrl Blake is just he's at a sky-high price. Obviously, he got 66, but he had that big 100 the week before, so he'll have... Yeah, he's still got a low break-even, so he'll make money. Hughes will make money. I can afford him. I can afford to go for Nrl Blake this week. I'm tempted. I'm definitely tempted. I just don't know if it is I don't think it's the most important trade to make. Or not so much the most important trade, but I don't think... I mean, there's one trade I have to make, obviously, with Pappenhausen. But that won't require too much money either way. So it's not like this is going to make or break the Pappenhausen trade, but is there another trade that's more important? That's the thing. For Nrl Blake, they're taking on the Roosters. Like, the thing is, like, for Nrl Blake's a good example of, like, the tougher matchups are actually... it's a tough one because it's, like, good and bad. Obviously, the bad part is you'd expect against the tougher matchups, he would be less likely to score a try and just get line breaks and attacking stats. But against the tougher teams, they are going to rely on him to play big minutes, like really big minutes, and I wouldn't be shocked to see him play. Also, just a little note, if during this video, if there's like any sort of gaps in the recording, it's just because I'm off mic coughing, and I'll cut it out, obviously. But yeah, the throat's no good. We're sick, boys, so we're gonna push through. But any sort of weird cuts and stuff, it's just because I'm coughing. I'm struggling. But yeah, for Nrl Blake, yeah, he's going to play big minutes against the tougher teams, right? The tougher matchups, and he's got tough matchups like Roosters, Penrith, Dolphins, obviously, yeah, give or take. But then he doesn't play round 13. He plays 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, which is great. He misses 19, which is, it's not fantastic, but I mean, he's going to be a keeper. I don't know. Like, honestly, if there's not another trade that I want to do, honestly, I'm I don't know. I'm half tempted just to get him in this week. Because that's the thing. Hughes will make money, but Nrl also will. I guess you could just hope that over the next couple of weeks, Nrl doesn't score a try and he will drop cash. Like, he's not going to... if he doesn't score tries, he's not going to stay like 750k. Like, he will drop a little bit. Potentially. I mean, he might not. He might base fucking 70 points and maintain it, but you never know. But that's definitely the... Hughes is probably the guy that's going to get traded, and then Henry will just be there until we might nuff him out at some point late in the season if we need to. And then Terrell May, I think you just hold for the buys and also wait and see minutes this week. I'll probably end up playing him. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. The back row, I mean, Crichton, Katoa, Pierce Paul. I mean, Katoa, without Hughes, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for Katoa, but we're obviously going to keep him. Hopefully he can jag something. Smithies, Lane, and Fermor. So, oh boy, there's some decisions to make. I'm actually, you know what? I'm still like pretty keen to just hold Smithies and Lane just for the buy, or at least hold them to the buy. They'll be a good number. There's no real options. Like, there are options, but there's no one that's really jumping out at me. Other than, like, I mean, yeah, Fafita, but, like, at this point, I think I just have to let Fafita go until after Origin. I think I've got to death ride him. Hopefully he just doesn't score too many tries. But Bo Fermor, the Titans, if we have a look, the Titans don't have great buy coverage. He's going fine. He had a couple of good 70s in a row, but like, I think just with Fafita back, like in the team playing 80 minutes, like he's just getting less and less footy, and you know, he's at a decent price still to, like, he actually made 70k, so like starting with him at the start of the year hasn't been too shabby. I've got decent points from him. He's made a little bit of cash. It's not the worst time to drop him out, because if we look, they take on the Cowboys, which is actually a pretty good matchup. Even the Knights pretty good. Broncos, they missed 13. They play 14, 15, 16. They missed 17. They play 18, 19, 20. Like, it's not the worst. It's just the fact they don't play the first bye. And, like, do I want to keep Bo Fermor up until the second bye? I mean, he's not bad just to have, but, like, who would we trade him out for? So there's a couple of options. So, I mean, obviously, if Fafita 84 points, no tries against the Storm, still scored 84. Like, my man is just on an absolute tear at the moment, dude. Like, he's going crazy, and people getting him in. It was a good pickup a couple of weeks ago, that's for sure. Isaiah Yo, I'm not going Isaiah Yo. Too close to Origin. Ola Kawatu's missing. We got Crime, we got Katoa. Hopgood has been good, but, like, again, he'll play Origin. Go down the list, there's no one really jumping out. Dylan Lucas is now benched, and you'd pick him up in centre wing if you could anyway. So Britton Nicker... Okay, so we got two of the guys I'm interested in are straight off the rip. So Britton Nickera obviously is very tempting. He actually... he updated. He was only... How did he update so much? He was on like 50 odd points, but my God, he must have got, I don't know, a few offloads maybe. I don't know, but he definitely updated some points. He got to 70. He's now got a 25 break even. So it's a great time to pick him up. Nico Hines is getting all the footy. Nikora, he's starting to, he was pretty, his base was down at the start of the year for sure. Scores were down. He's coming off a couple of big ones. Is this the run? It's tough. It's a tough little run. Oh, it's tough. I mean, Melbourne isn't like, I don't know. Melbourne's edges aren't that good, and also with like Hughes being out, Melbourne. They're not necessarily like the defensive powerhouse, but they always look like a tough matchup. But yeah, I mean, still Melbourne, Roosters, Penrith, the next three. Then even Parramatta in the bye is not great because like I'm pretty confident Nico Hines is going to play Origin. Or at least they might be dicked over and he'll be like 18th man and not play. And Parramatta should be like pretty full strength, so it's not an easy matchup. Then they play the Bronx in round 14. It's very similar to the Ruben Garrick situation. Like, he's at such a good price, but it's a really tough little run. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little off Nikora. Preston is very tempting. So he's actually got his break even's not that high, which I was hoping it would be. I couldn't remember when he got injured. I think he actually played the full game when he got injured. No, he didn't. He played 68 minutes. He's played like less than 80 the whole start. I don't remember the start of the year. Why did he play less than 80 like every game? That's surprising. But honest, if Preston could just come off the bench for a couple of games, like he didn't play any minutes last week off the bench. If this game and maybe next game he comes off the bench and scores, obviously not great. Like, if he could drop some cash, he'd be such a good pickup. Because, again, the Dogs cover really well. They cover 13, 14, 16, 17. They obviously missed 15, so you don't want to have too many doggies. But they're great for the first two, like, so good for the first two buys. And then you got to be a little careful for round 19. Like, he is very tempting because, I mean, I just think, like, he's so good. Like, he is, in my opinion, I'd probably rather Preston. It's just a matter of, I mean, obviously, we wouldn't go Preston this week. He's off the bench. So I don't mind holding. And also, I mean, holding Fermor is fine. Then if we go down the list, I mean, Bateman's actually been, like, he's been shit in real life, but he's been good for Supercoach. Obviously, no Cotter. Anyone else have done? I mean, Sean Bloor has been good, but I don't want to have both Storm back rollers, and he's getting a little expensive now. Frizzell is back, but I wouldn't be going there. Cameron Murray, my God, Murray is going to be so cheap when he eventually comes back, but Connolly, so there's so many players to watch now. So Connolly Lemuelu, also similar to a Preston. He's definitely not as good, that's for sure. But he's 550. Yeah, he actually hasn't even played 3 games yet, so he hasn't changed the price. But he's coming off 31. He's off the bench again. I mean, he's great for all the buys, and he's another good watch and see. So he only played 37 minutes. He got 15 points. So I didn't see his break even, but it'll be huge. So if he comes off the bench for a couple of weeks, he could be a great downgrade option. It is a shame. I did want to see if he was maybe centre wing eligible, but no, he's only 2F, which is fair. I wish he was dual, but that's fine. What was his break even? I didn't see. 124. So he's gonna lose a bunch of cash. So if he eventually gets the starting spot back, like, he's not a must-have, depending on the price, but he could be a very, very handy pickup. Going down the list, Connor Watson, we've talked about. Colin Matangi, my God, he's 540. He's a guy that I was sort of like, I was interested in, like, even when the Rabbitohs were going bad, I'm like, just earmarking him, like, later, potentially he'll get on a run, but he's just not looking very good. Like, obviously the Rabbitohs aren't looking good as a whole, but, like, Kalamatangi's just not, he's just not getting the footy. Like, he's had the odd, like, you watch him the odd time he runs and he's got the few tackle busts and he looks okay, but he's just not looking like just the Rabbitohs. But I don't know. I guess one to keep an eye on. Like, he's gonna, I don't know. He's probably bottomed out basically. Like, break even at 63. He might lose a little bit more cash, but I don't know. If he goes on a bit of a run, potentially. You still have Max Plath there, so he downgraded a few points. I know he's on like 50, I think, but yeah, 45. No, what am I talking about? That's Josh Kerr, you idiot. No, Max Plath, yeah, he got 52. I don't know. He's still an okay pickup. I personally, I wouldn't be picking him up now. I think last week was the last week to get him. I still think it was a good pickup last week. 2 weeks ago was fantastic, but this week I think he could still get up to that 55 to 60 average, but I think more 50 to 55 is around his average going forward, which is still good, but it's not. I think paying for that now is a little bit wasted, in my opinion. The other guy I wanted to look at, I mean, if like Bryce Cartwright, holy shit, this is another guy to keep a watch on, because he was my absolute savior last year. Oh, he was my absolute fucking knight in shining armor. I had him all year at like bottom dollar price. He went up to like 700k. He was so good for me. He's now 488 with an 85 break even. He's off the bench because of that. I think it's like a rib injury he's had. Like, obviously it's a little bit dangerous because he hasn't been fit. He's been hindered with an injury for a few weeks now. But he's off the bench now, so he'll lose more money, for sure. He might come in and start late, you never know, but like, if he got it. Again, it's a tricky one because like eventually when he gets the starting spot back, if he does, he'll be at like such a good price. And again, the Eels cover the buys nicely. They play 13, 14, 15. They don't play 16, but they play 17, 18, 19. So that's really good. That's like good sort of counter to the Dogs a little bit. They missed the second one, but the Dogs all count. They all play the second bye. Excuse me. So another guy to watch. Another guy. I should put him on my watch list. I don't even think of that, but that's fine. There's so many back rollers actually like that are potential pickups. Going down, Luke Garner, no, you wouldn't get him. There's one more guy, unless there's other guys that pop up, but fucking Jai Arrow. I mean, Ryan Madison, I mean, like, I don't know. You wouldn't go because, like, you would expect Cartwright's going to go back to the edge, but if somehow Madison was able to keep that spot, he's at a cheap price, but nah, you couldn't take the risk there. It's just too up in the air. Going down, where is he? I know he's pretty cheap, obviously. I mean, Havili, he's starting at lock, but I wouldn't expect huge minutes from him. I mean, I forgot about my boy Semi Finu. I don't mind going Sam Finu. Because the good thing with Finu actually as well is that he's dual Turaf and front row forward, obviously. It's just a matter, like, I still think he's great price to pick him up. He's obviously made money, but he's still at a good price starting in the back row. It's just the matter of the Tigers. I mean, all the back rows that don't score tries are getting like 40 to 50 points, right? And that's what he's doing. So he's only priced at 380 compared to Smithies, Lane, even Ali Katoa got 47 without a try. So like, he's great pickup. It's just the fact that, is he going to get some tries? Like, I feel like he will. He is a good line runner. He's very attacking forward. I think yeah, surely tries are coming, but it's just. And they got a good run. Newcastle, Dolphins, Cowboys. They missed the first bye, which is fine. I've got plenty of numbers for the first bye. They play 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh my god, 18, 9. Okay, so the Tigers. A shame that there's not a lot of good Tiger options, but holy, they are fantastic after the first bye. They play 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That is unbelievable. I actually think with that draw, and because I've got good numbers for round 13, I actually think Finu is he's not a must-have, but he's really good. Like, really, really good for the upcoming run. Maybe just get him. I mean, I could get him in front row instead, and then I wouldn't have to play Terrell May this week. Would I rather play Finu or Terrell May? I don't know. If I could, maybe just take the punt on Terrell May regardless. I don't mind it. I don't know. There's questions. There's questions, and then the other guy. There's so many like good options coming up in the back row. God, he is cheap. Did he lose money? The guy I'm looking for is Duncan. No, yeah, he did. He's lost 26k. So, and he's got a break even of 40 this week. So you don't have to go Duncan this week. Obviously, there's a spot opened up. Havili has got the start at the moment, but like, surely, like I feel like surely Duncan is going to get good minutes, but again, you can wait. He might make some money. He might play big minutes and get over 40. I wouldn't be shocked if he did, because I feel like the Rabbitohs they need him to play good minutes. I don't know. I don't really know what's happening. But yeah, I think Duncan could be a great pickup in a little bit. So how's his draw though? Because again, like for me, am I going to trade Smithies or Lane for Duncan when they play the first bye, when Duncan doesn't? Again, he misses the first bye. That's fine. I've got good numbers at the moment. 14, 15, 16. Doesn't play 17, 18, 19, 20. So he's good as well. Like the Rabbitohs and Tigers are both good for like the second run. So it might not be bad to like get rid of like a Smithies or a Lane for him, depending. Or if I wait and not get Finu, but I don't know. I think Finu was like, I think he's like such a good price still to pick up. Like getting 48 points with like just nothing. I don't know. I'm a little torn, but let's go through. I don't want to spend all night on the back row. There's more options available. So halfbacks, we're locked in. Thankfully, Cleary is back. That's nice. Luke Brooks and Galvin. I mean, Galvin, I honestly, looking at the Tigers run and how well Galvin's going and his scoring just being really solid, honestly, I think I'm just probably going to hold Galvin till fucking he covers his buys and then look to get rid of him. I don't know. I mean, I think he's fine for now. Luke Brooks, I mean, yes, we got to get rid of Luke Brooks at some point. They take oh my god, it's another good matchup. The Manly boys are taking on the Dolphins at Suncorp. I've got no other Manly players. Jesus Christ, am I going to hold Luke Brooks another week and just pray for the love of God that he does more than one good thing in the game? Because I don't know, like I look at the fucking 5'8" options, and I mean, Burton is the one killing it, but I'm not going to go Burton. He's too expensive, and honestly, no. I can't go Burton. I can't go Burton. Like he's been on a really good run, but his average for the year is still only 68. It's not like that incredible. Like he's got some low scores in him. Munster is too close to Origin. Dylan Brown is still the guy. That's the thing. I think I just hold Brooks till round 12. I think this is just going to be the plan. I hold Brooks till round 12. And then, or maybe even round 11, but round 12 probably, Dylan Brown, what's his break even? So he's got a 74 break even. He might make money, he might lose a bit of money. Like it's 50-50 against the Bronx, I would say. Then he's got Bronx, Melbourne. Like, you could bring him in for Melbourne for sure, or just wait for round 12, bring him in for the Rabbits. I think I just do that. I think this whole Brooks, I hope that he fucking does something. If not, whatever. I bet it is what it is. We just trade Brooks to Brown in round 11 or 12 and be done with it. I think trying to get fancy with it, just bring in Brown. I think it's fine. I think it's fine doing it like that. And then our back line, Holmes, Iro, May will hold. Kiraz, obviously, we're going to hold, even though he hurt me last week. Although, I mean, he's still 50. It's fine. Talangi is the starting fullback at the Eels, so that is beautiful. Dane Gagai, obviously, still not back from injury, which is annoying. And then Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. So, what do we do? I'm honestly... So, Armstrong is the play, right? There's obviously some very good center wing options to still pick up for like not insane prices. Armstrong is the guy. You know what? Before we get into that, because there's a lot to think about with the center wing. The fullbacks are more straightforward. So Reece Walsh, obviously, we're going to keep, and Pappenhausen has to be traded. So Pappenhausen is the first, definite trade this week. We have, plenty of money. We're not going to go Dylan Edwards as much as he's killing it. Just with Cleary back, I'm not going to go Edwards at 930k. Kalen Ponga obviously injured. Tommy, we're not going to go Tommy. It's Drinkwater or Latrell. It's Drinkwater or Latrell for me. And I'm honestly a little bit... I'm torn. Obviously, Drinkwater... I think Drinkwater is the smart play, right? Like, they take on the Titans in this game, which is, like, beautiful. And then they take on Titans, South, West, and then he plays the bye and the backup game, which is all very good. I have, like I keep saying, it is against the Roosters, which is like a really tough round 13 game for the Cowboys. Like, I'm not thrilled about it for Drinkwater. Like, the Cowboys are going to be missing a bunch, and the Roosters are still going to be really strong. So I'm not confident of Drinkwater doing well in round 13, but it's still nice. It's definitely nice to have a high upside player in round 13 anyway, with probably the goal kicking. And then Latrell Mitchell, what is his break even? So his break even 74. He's been pretty good. Like, I know people have been up, like, he's been annoying for people that owned him, but like 110.80, 36. That was a bit of a shambolic one there against the Roosters. Then 69.73, like, he's been pretty solid. He's got the Dragons, Cowboys, Para, doesn't play the bye, then Titans, and he's ruled himself out of Origin, right? Like, he's officially done that. I'm sort of going off the fact that he's not going to play Origin. I think that's official, right? It's not just like a thing that's maybe said. I'm pretty sure it's official. He's ruled out. Oh, I don't know. I'm sort of thinking maybe you go Pappenhausen to Drinkwater this week, and then Reece Walsh to Latrell in round... do you do that, though? Do you go Reece Walsh to Latrell in round 14? Because Reece Walsh, I think, plays round 14 anyway, so you probably wouldn't do that. I just feel like Latrell's going to come out and go massive. Like, I'm very keen to go Latrell, honestly. He's going to be such a pod play as well. Hmm. I don't know. I guess the danger though is that just the Rabbitohs yeah, I guess thinking about it, the Rabbitohs have a really fucking weak team at the moment. Like, so even if Latrell does like pull his finger out, like, is he gonna get the opportunities to really put the points on? Probably not. Probably not. I think just go Drinkwater. I think it's just a safe play. I wanted to take a punt on Latrell, but yeah, I mean, without Murray, without, like, yeah, they're missing a lot. Like, Totola, without no outside backs, like, it's a bit of a shamble. So, just go Drinkwater. He's also a really good captain / vice captain this week as well. So, I think just go there. Just go the boring play, whatever. So, one trade done, and then... So here's the question. Do you use a boost this week? I might. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if... Also, who do we trade for... what's his face? Armstrong. Because I do think Armstrong is a pickup. Like, he's playing fullback. I know people were a little bit put off by last week, but I don't know why. Like, it was terrible conditions and it was like a low scoring game. I think he showed enough that he's involved well enough, and he's like, you can pick him up in center wing as a fullback. Like, I'm a little shocked people were like off him after last week with the conditions. But who do we trade? Like, I'm not trading Holmes. Ero, no, absolutely not. Taylor May, no. He's actually started to... Well, I still think Taylor May's a fucking nightmare to own, but I'm not trading him. Kiraz, no, we just brought in and he's got a great buy coverage. Talangi, no. He's playing fullback now. Gagai, I know it's out of Gagai or Tuivasa-Sheck. Now, I'm actually tempted to trade out Tuivasa-Sheck. Like, he's going fine. That's the thing. But the problem is that he's just not... They just don't use him enough. He's going to have some breakout games for sure. But, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like holding Gagai is smarter for now. Because the thing is, like, if I trade out... I know people just trade out Gagai, but like, for one, I don't... It'll be too tough a decision. One, it'll be way too fucking tough a decision who to sit start this week because I'll have way too many playable options. But then also, if Gagai comes back next week, he could make a stack of cash and also be like a decent play potentially if the Rabbitohs start going well and he's playing on the left edge. He might not, and if he does and he doesn't, we'll still have money. We'll have money from the trade. Like, that's the thing. We trade Tuivasa-Sheck down. We'll have plenty of money. If the worst case happens, we'll still have money to trade Gagai up to someone we want. Or if there's another cheapie, we can trade sideways. So, you know what? I think I'm going to go Tuivasa-Sheck. Because the Warriors don't play the round 13 bye anyway. Let's have another quick look. I don't think they do. Which again, it's not the big deal because obviously they're going to play like the next one, the 16. And it's a couple of tough matchups too, like Roosters, Penrith, Dolphins, not bad. Then they play 14, 15. 16 against the Titans is definitely juicy, and then 17, 18. Doesn't play 19. I think go Tuivasa-Sheck to Armstrong. I think I like it. I think I like doing it like this, honestly. I've been an exponent. Like, I've been a huge fan of Tuivasa-Sheck. He's still going great. Like, he's still scoring 50 odd. But like, I think this is just the play. Like, bottom dollar cheapie, 25 points. That's fine. Like, he fucking... It was terrible conditions. He scored well. He scored very well in the first week. The first game against the Dolphins. 84 points. He was very involved. Then, like... It's good. It's a good run too. Like, he's taking on Tigers, Gold Coast. He's got a bye in round 12, which is fine. And then round 13, he plays the bye against the Dogs. And then in a pinch, you could play him against Melbourne, I guess, if you need to. But maybe you trade him out at that point. I'm not sure. But I think it's too good to pass up. I think it's, too good to pass up. Obviously, doesn't have the consistency of a Tulvashek, but honestly, he's shown he can go as big as probably Tulvashek can. It's just the way the Warriors are playing. I can't see Tulvashek going like 100 plus unless he gets shifted to like fullback or something. So that's what I'm doing. And then I guess the question, are we just bypassing semi-final? I know I said they have such a good little run after the first bye, which is great, but there's so many back row options that I want to keep an eye on. Maybe we just hold fire again. Like, that's the thing with Finu. I don't think he's a must-have. Like, he is great value, but he's definitely not like a must. I don't know. I don't think it's worth a boost. So I think in the moment, we're just going to hold it like this. I could change my mind later in the week. I'm not sure. But let's have a look at sit starts for now. So, obviously, Cleary has to play. We're playing Robson, obviously. Curran, we'll play Terrell May. I don't know. I think just take the punt on Terrell May. Maybe we boost and trade out fucking Liam Henry for Finu. Maybe that's smart. Like, we now have 700k in the bank. Like, we're spending 100k to get up to Finu. Maybe that's just the way we do it. That's probably smarter. And I don't mind it. Because we don't really need, like, the duel in the it doesn't really matter too much if we have him in second row, really. It's not too big a deal. And then we can just hold fire on the back rollers to see what we want to do with them, and also see if, like, a Tellus Duncan, Cartwright, there's plenty of them to keep an eye on. Jacob Preston. So actually, I think I might end up doing the boost and going Henry to Finu. I mean, I know I said Henry's good for 30 points, but, like, there needs to be an injury until he actually goes, like, 40 pluses again. And Finu, if he holds a spot, he's going to go 40 plus every week and be a really good option. So, I think that's what we're going to do. The Tigers, take on Newcastle as well. I think that's a pretty good matchup for Finu. Potentially. I mean, if he's on Frizzell's edge, it's not great. But I'll work that out later probably if I'm gonna do it, but I'm leaning towards it. Crichton, Katoa, Pierce, Paul. They're starters. Hines, Cleary, Luke Brooks or Galvin. I mean, we got to play Luke Brooks. We have to play him against the Dolphins. Also, they'll be my only player in that first game, so I like to have one player. I like to have one player in games, you know. It's just like everyone does. It's just more enjoyable. It is nice having no players sometimes because you can just enjoy the footy without fucking worrying about Supercoach. But we'll play Brooks. We're keeping him. He's fucking staying again. He just will not leave. He's got to repay me at one point. Oh god. And then obviously playing Holmes, Ero. Who are the Sharks versing? Melbourne. I still think Ero's good. Like like I said, the Storm have not been that good on the edges. Hopefully he's up against Meany as well. That'd be lovely. Taylor May. I mean, you got to play May against the Dogs, right? Like, surely. Armstrong. Who are the Knights versing? Tigers. You probably play Armstrong as well. I mean, I'll play. Well. This is where it gets a little tricky. Obviously, you play Drinkwater and Walsh. So Walsh, Cleary, definites. Then it's out of oh, good lord. So Fermor, Lane. Lane against the Bronx. It's not the worst. Galvin against the Knights. I don't mind, honestly. And then you got Kiraz, Talangi. I think you got to play Kiraz. Like, I'm not. Obviously, it's not a slam dunk, but like, I think he's still, like, unless something crazy happens, like, he's still safe to score like 40 points in base, unless the Panthers just put on like 60 points. But I don't really see that happening. And then it's out of like, fuck, I don't know. Who do I play? Talangi. I don't know, dude. Who are the Titans versing? Cowboys. I don't mind Fermor. I'd probably go Galvin, honestly. Yeah, I don't mind putting a punt on Galvin. Like, even without getting attacking stats, like, he's got pretty good base, and against the Knights, I don't mind it. Yeah, I think that for now. I don't know. I could switch someone. I could take a punt on, like, not playing Kiraz, but, like, I don't know. It feels wrong to, like, bring in a 600k guy last week and then not play him, but, like, it's not. Yeah, I don't know. It's against Penrith. It's not the most silly thing you could do. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. I'll keep it like that. And then captaincy, vice captain. So, this is where it gets very tricky with obviously Cleary and Hines both playing. Who the fuck do you do? Oh no. Oh god, this is actually. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. So the thing about... So, Penrith play early. So, you're not going to... Like, I'm not going to straight captain Cleary, right? And I don't have... If you had, like, a turbo, then, you know, going like a vice captain on turbo, captain on Cleary, I don't mind. But I don't really have anyone in that Dolphins Manly game to vice. So, I'd have to just pretty much go straight captain if I was going to go straight captain on Cleary. I know that didn't really make sense. I just wouldn't straight captain. That's my point. But if I vice captain him, then I could captain. Looking down the list, yeah, you've got Walsh against Parramatta. It's pretty good matchup. With the goal kicking, you've got Melbourne Storm. It's a bit of a tough one. It's this Gold Coast Cowboys. It's out of probably Drinkwater and Holmes if you captain one of those two. Which is... It's also risky. Like, both of them... Both, especially Drinkwater, like, they can have some off games for sure. Especially the Cowboys as a whole. But it is a really good matchup. If I didn't go Cleary... For me, well, I guess it's because I don't really have, like, it's only really, I don't know, I'm not that confident of going like a Reece Walsh vice captain. I'd probably, I'm so torn. I'm honestly so torn. Like, oh, fuck, this is the worst part. I hate the fucking captaincies, man. Like, I'm honestly... At the moment, I think I'm going to go like this. Vice captain on Cleary, captaincy on Drinkwater. It's risky, especially having to wait till like the last game of the round 2 and not having Hines as a captain / vice captain is like, oh my god, if he goes massive. But is he, like, that's the thing, is he really going to go massive? And like Cleary's had a week off. They're playing at Bluebet against the Doggies, a lot of his former teammates. Like, it could be a tough game, but like I feel like if he's going to be up for it. Like, he's going to be really up for this game. But the Dogs could be really targeting him as well. Like, that's the thing. So, Oh, fuck, I don't know. I think it's out, like, I think the way my team is set up, I think it's out of if I vice captain Cleary or Hines, and then captain Drinkwater. I think I'd rather Drinkwater than Holmes, probably. Or you could go... I also don't hate going vice captain Walsh and then captain on Hines for just safe points. But I'm just... I don't know. I feel like Hines... It's going to be a tough game, surely. Also, who can I even loop? So... The Rabbitohs play... Okay, so the Rabbitohs play pretty late, so I can definitely loop... I can loop Cleary. If he goes huge, I can probably drop Armstrong for Gagai. That works out. Yeah, that's probably just the best bet. Just dropping Armstrong for Gagai. Taking the AE of whoever it would be, which I don't even hate because, like, I don't even know who I want to play. I mean, I guess Liam Henry would probably be my lowest scorer, or Sam Hughes, which isn't probably the worst. So yeah, that probably works, because then I could still do the vice captain on Walsh and still do that loop as well, because the Knights and Rabbitohs play in between the Broncos and the Sharks, or even the Cowboys, but I think I'm going to take the punt on going vice captain Cleary, captain Drinkwater, and just hope that this is Cleary's week to repay the faith, and Hines to just not go massive, just praying for that. So that's what I'm leaning towards. That's the team shape up, and I think... Yeah, the more I look at it, I think I will use a boost and spend some cash to go Liam Henry up to Sam Fainu. I think it's just the smart play. Like, it's nice to have the money, and the money will come in handy for sure, but like, you don't need to have that much money in the bank. Or I guess, like, I could just go fucking Sam Hughes to Fanua Blake. Like, is that just better? I mean, obviously Vanilla Blake is better than going Fainu, but like, the money difference, and also Sam Hughes is going to make money. I guess I could go Liam Henry to Fanua Blake, but I don't really want to spend all the money. Oh, okay. Well, I'll decide that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Post your comments in the comment section. Your questions, I should say. I'll try to do a Q&A video at some point as well. But yeah, other than that, we're pretty much set. A couple little things I'm a little torn on. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.